Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Debbie, and if you are not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Click that button down below and subscribe. I would really appreciate it so much. So today's look is this one right here. This one is like a spring, well, this is more of a spring look. It's very peachy coral, also has a little bit of rose tones in there, and I really do love it. It's a very nice wearable and fresh look, so I really think that this is going to be one of my go-to looks. It's really easy to create as well. I also tried to incorporate a little bit of a halo in there, so you know, as you can you see that? I really love this. It's so nice, and the skin, it looks super fresh. The highlight, you don't need to do all of these steps, but I mean, it just looks all good overall. So if you guys want to see how I created this look and what products I used, then just keep on watching. Alright, so now moving into eyeshadow, I'm going to go in with this palette right here. This is the James and Morphe collab palette. I am going to be creating a look with this one. There are so many looks that you can create with this palette, you guys. Like, this palette is no joke. So many shades to choose from, and you can also like mix a bunch of these shades and create your very own, which is really cool. So I kind of feel like I want to go in with this shade and like these three right here, something like that. I kind of also want to incorporate this orangey shade here. I don't know if you guys can tell, but this one is like a tangerine shade. Super pretty. And I don't know, I think I'm gonna do something soft and a little glam, maybe like a halo. We'll see what we come up with, but I know I want to do something with that. So I'm gonna grab my Morphe M441 brush, and to start off, I'm gonna go in with, let's see, I'm gonna grab this shade here and a little bit of this shade here, and I'm going to apply this in the transition area. Alright, so now I'm going to grab this Sigma, what is this, Tapered Blending E40 brush, and I'm going to go in with this tangerine shade right here. Just so you guys know, this one is called 518, and the first two shades that I used were Mary and Canvas. So I'm going to go in with that orangey shade. I'm going to tap off whatever's on the brush. So I'm just going to apply that right here. Oh, this is really pretty. Look at that. It's like, oh, that's so pretty. Look at that. So I'm not putting that much, so make sure like when you grab, you know, put the brush in the shadow, you tap off whatever's on there, because you don't want it to be like super intense orange, but you want like a wash of that color. But this is so pretty together. Wow. That is really pretty. All right, so now I'm just going to do the other eye really quickly. Alright, so now I'm going to go right back in with that Morphe M441 brush, and I'm going to grab that same shade Mary and a little bit of Canvas. I'm going to tap off the brush, and I'm just going to apply a little bit more in the transition area. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a little bit of concealer, and I'm just going to grab a flat brush like this, and I'm going to start creating the halo. So I'm going to apply the concealer right here. Not that much, because I don't want it super wet, and you know, then I'm not able to really apply. It's going to look messy. You're going to just be able to see exactly where you place that shadow, and that's not what I want. So I'm just going to apply just the littlest bit and then blend that out just like that, just tapping motions. just like that. That's actually perfect. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to do the one eye first, and then I'll do the other one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab this shade right here. This one is called Literally. I'm gonna grab it with my finger. I'm not gonna use a brush. I'm gonna grab it with my finger, and I'm just going to dab that shade right on top of where I placed that concealer, and boom. How pretty is that? Okay, so now I'm gonna do the other eye really quickly. To add just a little bit more of dimension on the lid, I'm going to grab a little bit of this shade. This one is called Sister, and I'm just going to grab that with my finger as well, and I'm gonna go over that just like that. I'm gonna grab a little bit more of Mary and Canvas on my M441 brush. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply some lashes off camera, and then when I'm done I will be back and we will continue off with the look. Alright, so I'm back and I went in with some Kiss number 11 lashes, duh. Now I'm going to move on to the skin. So for the skin, just because the eyes are looking super springish, they're nice peachy, coral, rosy tone, I want to do a nice fresh look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to prime my face first, of course. I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Master Prime, and this is the Hydrate and Smooth Primer. And I'm going to apply that all over. And to give my skin a little bit more of that glow, I'm going to add a little bit of this MAC strobe cream right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some on the back of my hand just like this. And I'm grabbing this Morphe E16 brush, and all I'm doing is grabbing the product and just applying it where I want it. So I want to apply it on the high points of the cheek right here where you would normally glow, and on the other side as well. A little bit on the chin, just a tad bit on the forehead, nothing crazy. On the tip of the nose, of course, some on the cupid bow. And I'm just going to blend this out a little bit more, just because I don't like a lot of product on my forehead, because I feel like my forehead doesn't need a lot of coverage. Neither does my face, but I'm just saying, like, specifically the forehead, I feel like is the area where I don't want it to apply too much product. I don't know. Am I the only one, or do you guys like neglect your forehead more than your face? Because I neglect my forehead a lot, just because, like I said, I don't feel like I need a lot on there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my foundation, and today's foundation, since I said I want to keep it nice and fresh looking, I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal Fresh Wear 24-Hour Foundation, and this foundation is beautiful. I love the way it makes my skin look. It just looks so natural and fresh, you know? So I'm going to grab my Morphe sponge, and I'm just going to apply this all over my face. Alright, so now for concealer, I'm going to go with the one that goes hand in hand with the foundation, and that is the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer, and I am using the shade Cashew. So with that concealer, you don't want to apply too much. I feel like I even applied a little bit too much right now, but that's okay. I'm just going to go in and blend it out with my Morphe sponge. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bronze up my face a little bit. I'm going to cream contour, and I'm going to go in with this LA Girl Pro Conceal, and this is in the shade Fawn. This is going to give me more of a bronzy tone instead of me trying to contour. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my sponge to start off the blend for the cream contour. And all I'm doing is just blending this out. All right, so before I continue, I'm going to set my under eye real quick. I'm gonna grab some of my RCMA powder, and I'm gonna grab my Sigma, what is this? My tapered highlighting brush, the number F35, and I'm just going to set my under eye. And now to set that cream contour, I'm going to go in with the Maybelline City Bronzer. This is in the shade 200. And I really like this one because it's not more of a warm, it's more of a cool side. So I really like that because the cream contour that I use is a little bit on the warmer side, so I feel like it's going to balance it out and meet right in the middle and not give me like a heavy contour and not a really intense bronzed look. All right, so now moving right back into the eyes, I'm gonna grab my Morphe M507 brush. I'm gonna go right back into that palette. I'm gonna go in with Mary and Canvas. So I'm gonna mix those two shades together real quick first. And I'm going to run that on the lower lash line. And now with the same brush, I'm gonna go in with 518. And I'm going to apply that. I'm going to start off right here on the outer part and see how that looks. And then on the inner part of the eye. All right, now I'm just going to run it all over the under eye. With a pencil brush, I'm going to grab this shade right here called Literally and a little bit of Sister. And I'm going to see if I can apply that right here in the center of the eye on the lower lash line, right here. To this eye look, I'm going to add a little bit of this Rimmel in the Nude eyeliner, and I'm just going to apply that on the waterline. This is like my least favorite thing in the world. I hate having to apply something on my waterline, but I do it for the look. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a little brush, a little tiny brush like this, and what I'm gonna do is I want to grab the orangey shade right here, the 518 shade, this one here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the eyeliner as a base to hold the powder shadow. So then it just looks like I have an orange eyeliner, but it's honestly like just shadow, as you're gonna see right now. And I'm just going to be really careful because I don't want the powder to go into my eye. All right, so now to finish off the eyes completely, I'm gonna grab the little mascara that I have. This is from Giorgio Armani. This is the Eyes to Kill mascara. And all I'm gonna do is apply this on the lower lashes. All right, now for lips, I'm gonna go in with this one right here. This is the Jordana Easy Liner for Lips in Rose Crush. All right, guys, so moving on to blush, it makes perfect sense to go in with this one right here. This is my favorite and so many other people's favorites, Milani in the shade Luminoso. It just makes sense to go in with this one because of the eyes. This is a corally blush and it's just gonna go perfect with the look. And with that, I'm just gonna use this Wet n Wild brush. All right, so now for highlighter, I'm gonna go in with this one, and this is the Wet n Wild highlight in the shade Precious Petals, and it just looks like it's in the same tone as the vibe that I'm going for right now. So it is just like the perfect highlighter. So what I'm going to do is, before I actually dip my brush in there, I'm going to grab my Morphe M510 brush, and I'm just going to spray it with anything that you have on hand. Just spray it with the brush, and then I'm going to grab the highlight, just like that. You can swirl it in there, and then I'm just going to apply that right on the high points of the cheek. And I just feel like it's less powdery that way, and it looks like it's more of an inner glow. A little bit on the nose. Cupid's bow, we can't forget that. All right, now for lips, I'm gonna go in with this one right here. This is the Jordana Easy Liner for Lips in Rose Crush. And to top off the lips, I'm gonna go in with my Fenty Beauty lip gloss. And now to set my makeup, I'm gonna go in with my Mario Badescu spray. Alright guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed this look. This is very like spring, fresh, and I just love it. It's more like a rosy peach tone. Also created like a halo look, so I hope you guys enjoyed that as well. I try to incorporate a couple of things in there. I feel like this look is really nice for spring and even summer, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did, give me a big thumbs up. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, of course, before you leave, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.